Hello and welcome. I'm Night's Angel, and this is just a Folf on the road. Thank you for joining me. Alright, before we get into today's topic, one thing real quick. Thank you all. Subscribers, first timers, what have you. Thank you. Thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your day to join me on my little ventures. If you want to call it that. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you real quick. And now into the topic. Alright. Today's topic, leadership. Okay? A lot of the time people literally just have this whole mindset of what leadership is. And everybody has their own. The problem with that is, and yeah, even I have my own definition, but I think somewhere along the line people have misconstrued what leadership is. I mean, anybody that knows me well enough knows I run on pack mentality. Sorry about that. It's a bit chilly, and my nose has decided that it's going to run on its own. And most people automatically assume that when you say pack mentality, that some people will automatically assume that I have a tendency of having to be in charge. No. I don't have to be in charge. No one has to be in charge. But those that do decide to take up such a mantle have to understand what they're doing. And sometimes that's where the problem comes. They don't understand what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. I mean, what I'm actually best at is resource management. I can figure out how to use my resources to their fullest. Simply because I'm used to having very little resources. I mean, 4 years of recording on a cell phone. No real editing, raw video. Directly uploaded, titled, given a description and tagged as is. Anything I make, any errors I make, you guys get to see. No blooper reels. But that's going off topic. What I'm talking about as far as leadership goes is the biggest issue with leadership is problem resolution. Some people don't know how to handle it. I mean, if your first response to a problem is, why is there a problem? Then you automatically know you're not going to help. Because you're not ready to. The people who usually are the best at resolving a problem are the ones that sit there and go, okay, what's the problem? Not why is there a problem? What's the problem? And go from there. Because if it's a matter of, if you have to ask why is there a problem, you shouldn't be trying to solve it. Because you're laying fault. Delegation of responsibility is a form of resource management because you have to utilize your resources to do so. Pretty much, if you sit there and you put the entire workload on one person and you have a bunch of other people standing around doing nothing, you're going to lose that one person. Because how long are they going to take that? If you're going to delegate something to somebody else, then you have to make sure that everybody else is doing their share of the workload. I mean, here's an example. A manager asks an employee to set up a break schedule. First time they did it. No idea what they're doing. So there's a little bit of conflict and error. Another manager finds out about this, and their response to this individual is, why were you making the break schedule? You want to file the rest of the paperwork? Okay? That is not qualities of a good leader. That is not qualities of any kind of leader, except a bad one. Because that shows a lack of respect. Okay? You have somebody who's just following a request from somebody else. Yeah, inexperience and lack of knowledge caused an error. But it was going to be resolved without the manager, without the second manager. So there was no need for the second manager to say that, because that was rude. It was rude, inconsiderate, and unnecessary. Do I think the manager was in the wrong? Yeah. Do I think the first manager was wrong in asking the inexperienced person to do it? Yes and no. But that's simply because that's a matter of how is somebody supposed to gain experience when they're not given the opportunity? Pardon me. Sorry about that. So, my whole point to this is if you're going to resolve a problem like that, keep things in mind. Keep in mind the circumstance. Okay? How's this person supposed to learn if they don't make mistakes? Okay? Not everyone's a jack of all trades. Not everybody has the same level of experience. And the only way to learn is to do. A good leader would actually sit there and go, okay, there was a problem with this? Okay. Can it be resolved? Yeah. Okay. Then resolve it. That's it. That's all there is to it. It doesn't take a lot of effort. Good leadership is resource management and knowing when to intervene. That's it. Because if it's working, there's no reason to intervene. If it's not working, there's a reason to intervene because your resources are not being managed. But if it's working, it means the resources are doing what they're supposed to. And yeah, the scenario I gave is more or less accurate to the real event that occurred at work. I'm leaving the details out because it's not necessary for this. But this is just me venting frustrations about the matter and sharing an idea. Because there are ways to resolve problems. There's always a way to resolve problems. There's a solution to everything. And for some people, it's harder to find. Now, this isn't suffice-it to say that there's always a good answer, but there's always an answer. Like I said, to be a good leader, you only need two things: the ability to manage resources and know when to intervene. And it doesn't take a lot of effort to do either. You just have to think about what you're doing. Yeah, everyone's going to make mistakes, but if you're going to blame somebody for it, for making a mistake, all you're going to do is ensure that another one's going to be made. Because a concept that had been running in my mind for a very long time, and it is actually said somewhere, I don't remember where, I don't know who coined the phrase or even what have you, but the whole concept: you're only as good as your greatest failure. If you want people to succeed around you, if you're going to be a leader, you have to understand what makes a leader work. But that's enough rambling from me, because I'm just repeating myself at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you guys for joining me again. I hope to see you again soon. I hope to hear from you. And I hope you all take care of yourselves. And as always, I'm Nate's Angel. This has been just a Folf on the road. Thank you for joining me. Hit the buttons in whatever order you desire. Share your thoughts, comments, concerns, ideas, insults, questions, what have you, down in the comment section below. And until next time, I hope you have a better day. Peace.